Okay, question 1. We want to factorize 5mx minus 10m minus 3x plus 6. We start by identifying there are 4 terms. Terms are separated by plus and minus. So I have 1 term, 2 term, 3 term, 4 term. So every time factorize, the first thing is check whether there are any common factors across all the terms. So 4 terms all can divide by same number or not. So if don't have, then we can have to start to think about factorize 2 at a time. 2 at a time means my 5mx and my minus 10m. I look for common factor for these 2 terms only. So for these 2 terms only, I will have 5 and 10 both can divide by 5. So I know 5 is something that I can factorize. M is in the first term 5mx. M is also in minus 10m, so m is also a common factor, so I can also factorize out m. So these 2 terms, when I factorize out already, I'll be left with a bracket. Then what are inside the bracket? 5mx and minus 10m. So I will still have 2 things inside the bracket. Then the first term inside the bracket will be, I look at 5mx, then 5mx divided by 5m, because I have taken out the common factor. So 5 divided by 5 is 1, m divided by m is 1, x divided by nothing there to cancel, so I'm left with 1x, so x. Minus 10m divided by 5m. So minus negative divided by positive, I still have a negative. 10 divided by 5 is 2, m divided by m, so cancel away each other, left with x minus 2. Okay, so the first 2 terms become this whole thing already. Then the behind 2 terms, minus 3x and plus 6, I want to factorize. So both minus 3 and 6 can be divided by 3. Okay, so if I take out minus 3, then I'll be left with a bracket. Then the front term, minus 3x divided by minus 3. Minus divided by minus, so positive, negative, negative cancel already. Minus 3x and divided by 3. So cancel, cancel, I'm left with x. Then the next one, we have to be careful. Plus 6 divided by minus 3. So positive, negative, this one will change to negative behind. 6 divided by 3, 2. Then once I see this, the first 2 terms become the front term here. The back 2 terms become this term over here. Then if I look at them carefully, 5m multiply a bracket, 3 multiply a bracket. So it is actually a bit like 5 times m times something minus 3 times something. The bracket itself, I see them together as together one. So the bracket is no difference from just like a b lor. So if I have 5mb minus 3b, I will factorize out the b to left with 5m minus 3. So in this case, we see the whole bracket as just one thing by itself. So I can also just take out the whole bracket, just like I take out b like that. Then when I take out this whole bracket that is exactly the same, they are x minus 2 So I take out the bracket already, I'm left with 5m minus 3. Okay, question 2. Whenever I see a question that asks me about compound interest, I will go to the front of the paper and look for the compound interest formula. So the compound interest formula will look like this. Total amount equals to P multiply 1 plus R over 100 to the power of n. Okay, your P is your principal, your R is your rate, your n is number of time the interest is compounded. Okay, different questions, they may be compounded at different rate. Some banks or some loan shark, they may charge you every month compound one time. So even the rate may look not very high, but then it will be compounded a lot of time, then it will be actually a very high rate. Okay, so the challenge here is to fit your number. What are they? which number is what thing. So when John borrowed 8,000, he started borrowing 8,000. This is called the principal. Okay, so your 8,000 is actually the principal. The amount that we start with is called the principal. Then compound interest at a rate. So you start to see the rate of 16% per annum. So this 16 is actually your R, the rate. Per annum means 1 year. Okay, per annum means 1 year. Then if we look at part A, calculate the total amount of money that he owed the bank at the end of 3 years. So at the end of 3 years, then the rate is 16 per annum. So this one is telling you every year compound 1 time. So after 3 years, compound 3 times. So this one, 3 will give you your N. Okay, so when we use the formula say the total amount. So I just use it to answer my part A. Total amount is P. So P now I substitute with 8,000. Bracket 1 plus the rate is 16 per annum, 16%. So divide by 100. Then N, it is compounded 3 times. So like that. Okay, then press calculator. I will get 1248.7.168 or 1248.7.172 dp for money. Okay, so take note this total amount means how much it end up being. So in this case I borrow 8,000, but in the end this total amount of 8,000 has become $12,487. Meaning if I borrow 8,000, I don't just pay back 8,000 anymore. It has become $12,487. So I borrow 8,000 but I pay back 12,487. Okay, this is the total amount. So if I want to answer part B, they are asking for the amount of interest. So the amount of interest is the money that I pay for borrowing money. Okay, so I borrow 8,000 but I pay back 12,487, means this difference is the interest that I pay for borrowing money. Okay, so interest is equals to 12,487.168 minus the original amount that I borrow. So this difference is the amount of interest that need to pay to the bank for willing to lend me money. Okay. Okay, question 3. Simplify the following. From primary school already learn fractions divided by fraction. Number one thing we don't like to do with division, so we have to change the division to multiplication. But when I change the division to multiplication, the first fraction actually I don't do any changes. I change the divide to multiply, then the second fraction I must flip them. The denominator go to the numerator go to the denominator. Okay, then after that I look for common factors to cancel. Okay, we can only cancel when they are multiplication. So in this case, the first fraction is numerator 120 multiply f multiply g square multiply h. Then the bottom, the denominator is 60 by itself. The second fraction is 75 times h. Then the denominator is 3 times of g. So all these are multiplications, so we can cancel. Then I look for the same alphabets. So the alphabet that I see the same one is the G lor. Got a G at the bottom, got a G at the top. So G square is G times G ma. So if I take away a G, I divide a G away, that means the square become no square already. Okay, Then alphabet, nothing else to cancel. I can cancel number, 120 and 60, both can be divided by 60. 75 and 3, both can be divided by 3. 25. Okay. Then I identify all the things I can cancel. Then I go back to basic of fractions, multiplying numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So numerator, the numbers 2 times 25, 50. Then times f times g times h. Then times another h from the second numerator. So altogether h squared. Then denominator, only left with 1 times 1. So it's also just 1. Don't need to write. Okay, question 4. Question 4 is about shifting your subject or making different thing the subject. So in this case, the equation you are given, s equals to ut plus at squared over 2. In this case, s is the subject. Okay, then when they say express a in terms of s, u and t, they actually want you to make a the subject. Okay, so I want to make a by itself alone on one side. Final answer is a equals to everything else put on the other side. Okay, so I started with s equals to ut plus at squared over 2. I must go first and look at all the terms and see where all my a's are. So in this case, my a is only in the right hand side within the fraction at squared over 2. So I want to isolate it. I want to bring it alone. So I know that on the right, I don't want the ut. I don't want ut to be with my fraction. So I want to move the ut to the left first. So s I never touch, but I want to move the ut to the left. Then ut positive will become negative. Then now my at squared over 2 is alone already. But in the end, I want a. I don't want the t squared, I don't want the 2. So I want the 2 to disappear, I need to multiply 2 to the right. If I want to multiply 2 to the right, I need to multiply 2 to the left also. So when I'm multiplying 2 to the left hand side got s and minus ut, I must multiply 2 to the both of them. I must multiply to the entire left hand side. Okay, then I'll be left with 2 s minus ut equals to at squared. And in the end, I want a. I don't want this a to multiply by t squared also. So if I have 3a, I will divide the 3 across to the other side. I will divide both sides by 3. If I have 5a, I will divide by 5. So if now I have a times t squared, same thing, I want to divide by t squared. Okay, so I divide by t squared, then this will be my answer. But finally, I need to just put my a on the left and put this on the right. I am not changing the sign because I'm just swapping them over. If left hand side equals to right hand side, means right hand side equals to left hand side. I can put either one on the left or put either one on the left, on the right. Okay. Okay, then I add one more example. The part B is substitution. Just remember every substitution, substitute with a bracket. So I add one more example. Let's say I want to make t the subject. Then I start with 2t minus 3a equals to b, 5b minus tc over 2. Okay, I want to make t the subject. Then I go and look at this equation that I'm given. So I go and look at how many terms, where are my t first. So the first term got my t. Then this fraction term got my t. The rest, negative 3a, 5b don't have my t. Then I must first go and put all the terms with my t together first. Okay, so 2t is on the left already. I keep my 2t. Then I will want my negative tc over 2 from the right to go to the left. So it was minus, then become plus. then it can come to the left. Then right hand side, at first got 5b, I keep my 5b. Then my negative 3a was on the left, but on the left now I only want all my t, so I will bring my negative 3a to the right, so it will become plus 3a. Okay, then now I need to do one extra step, because on the left now got two terms with t, but my final answer is t equals to something only one term, only t alone, so I have to do a factorization. Both the front and the back got t, so I can take out a t. Then 2t divided by t is 2, tc over 2 divided by t, cancel the t, I'm left with c over 2, then equals to 5b plus 3a. Then finally t multiply this bracket, but I only want t, so I will divide both sides with the bracket. Answer. Okay. Okay, question 5. You are given a quadratic expression. Quadratic expression means you have a x squared term, you have a x term, you have a number term. Then they tell you this can be written in the form. I complete the square means I put my x inside a bracket before it is being square. Okay, then I will not have another term with x already. Okay, at first I have a x squared term, a x term, and a number term. So after I put my x into the bracket and being square, I don't have so many, I don't have these three terms anymore. So how do we put this back? This one is easier to just memorize. And how we memorize also, there's an easier way to memorize. So straight away from x squared minus 6x minus 20, I must identify the term with the only x one, don't have x squared. So the minus 6x is the term with only x. So I must look at this number, then when I am writing it in the form, I straight away write the bracket being square. Then I can straight away put in the numbers x squared, that's why there is a x. Then from this minus 6x, that will give me this number that will go inside the bracket. So this number that goes inside the bracket is always the number in front of your x. So in this case is your minus 6. It's always this number, just divide it by 2. Okay, so negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. So I can straight away fill in this number. Just take minus 6 divided by 2 and fill in here. Okay, but if we go back to the reason of, or the reverse of the expansion, once I write this negative 3 here inside the bracket, I will create this negative 3 being square. I will create an extra term of this negative 3 being square. So every time I write this minus 3 here, then I must minus back whatever I write square. Because when I write minus 3 inside the bracket, I will create an extra term. Okay, then I must minus it back away. So it is always take the minus 6 divide by 2 to get this number, then always minus back this whatever number that you write here, minus this number square. So this one minus 6 will give you divide by 2 to get this number. Then you always put this number here to subtract it away after being square. Okay, then we haven't touched this minus 20 yet. After that, put this minus 20 at the back. Okay, so I will have x minus 3 square. Negative 3 being square is positive 9. So I have to minus 9 and then minus 20. So this is my final solution. Okay, it is always like that one. Just take this number in front of x, divide by 2 to get this number. You get this number, then you subtract the square of it. Okay, straight away you can do this already. Then after that, this minus 20 haven't used, your minus 20 have to come to the back. Okay, then if I want to, then this one is done already for this question. If they ask you what is A, what is B, then you must go and compare. Minus 3, then here is minus A, so A must be 3. Then this one B is a positive number, but here you have a negative 29. So your B must be negative 29. If the original they give you minus B, then minus B is minus 29 means B is 29. But in this case plus B and minus 29. So your B is a negative 29. Okay, then for part B, when we are solving the equation, they will always ask you to hand solve. So hence means you have to use part A answer. So you see this equation that they give you, the left hand side is exactly what you deal with just now. Meaning you want to use the part A answer, you will be replacing the whole left hand side with what you do just now. Okay, then can we solve this equation? Can, oh? Quite easy already. I bring my number across. This bracket square is 29. Meaning if I take square root to remove the square, I have to take square root on both sides. Then it will become square root of 29. But it can be a positive number, it can be a negative number. Then finally I add 3 to both sides. Key in calculator, I will have two answers. One is 3 plus square root 29. One is 3 minus square root 29. Okay. Okay, question 6. Solve. When we see the word solve, we must know that the question is asking us, whenever we are asked to solve, they are asking us what is x. This is the meaning of solving an equation. What is the unknown? Okay, so definitely when you know what is the question, your answer must be x is what lor. So you will always have x equals to what inside your final answer. If I want to get here, then at first I have this equation with x plus 2 as the denominator, with x plus 3 as the denominator. Like that, they are inside the fraction, so I have to remind myself they belong together. Together they serve as the denominator, so I put my bracket. Then I must be thinking, my x, finally when I solve, it is a numerator. So I don't want this x plus 2 to be at the denominator. I don't want this x plus 3 to be at the denominator. So if I don't want them to be in the denominator, I need to multiply them. Okay, I need to multiply the entire x plus 2. I need to multiply the entire x plus 3 to the entire left hand side, to the entire right hand side as well. Because I multiply to the left, I need to multiply to the right also. So the effect of multiplying all these brackets that are in the denominator, when I multiply these two brackets to the whole left hand side, then the two brackets must multiply the first fraction. Then my x plus 2 will be used to cancel away this x plus 2. Then I'll be left with x plus 3 multiplying 2. 2 multiplying x plus 3. Okay, then the other one, when my x plus 2 and x plus 3 multiply to the second fraction, the x plus 3 will be used to cancel away the x plus 2. X plus 3 cancel with x plus 3. Then my x plus 2 will still multiply with the numerator. Okay, so I'll have minus, still minus, x multiplying x plus 2. Okay, because the x plus 3 is used to cancel away the denominator. Okay. And then my right hand side, nothing to cancel away the denominator, so 1 multiply x plus 2 and x plus 3 is just x plus 2 and x plus 3 lor. Now I'm one step closer to my goal. My x is all in the numerator already. Then I need to do a simplify, try to rearrange them. So 2 times x plus 3 will be 2x plus 6. Then minus x times x minus x squared minus x times positive 2 minus 2x. Then this side same, I need to go and do my expansion. X times x, x squared, x times 3, 3x, 2 times x, 2x, 2 times 3, 6. Okay, then I'm getting closer and closer to my answer. So I need to put all my x terms, all these, rearrange them together neatly. Okay, so the most important term is the x squared term. So to make the x squared term positive, I would rather put all my terms on the right hand side instead. Okay, so at first I have x squared, then my x squared want to move here also, so I have my x squared from the minus x squared that it came from the left. Okay, then 3x plus 2x, originally I have a 5x. Then the left hand side, 2x minus 2x, no more x. So there's no other x's already. Then at first I have a plus 6 over on the right. Then I have a plus 6 on the left. So this plus 6 move over become minus 6. Then left hand side left with 0. So 2x squared plus 5x plus 6 minus 6, no more. Okay, so to solve this, simply, okay, I put all my x on the left first. So I just switch side to make it look neater. Then I have two terms with x, so I can factorize out the x. So x multiplying this bracket equals to 0. Either x equals to 0, then 0 multiply anything, I don't care what is inside the bracket. 0 multiply this bracket, I will get 0. Or 2x plus 5 equals to 0, then multiply whatever is x, also can get 0. Then I will have two solutions. Either x equals to 0 or this bracket equals to 0. Okay? Bracket equals to 0 also, multiply anything also can make it 0. Then from here, simplify, bring my 5 across, then divide by 2. So, okay, question 7. Triangle ABC is shown. So look at the diagram. AB 9 cm, AC 12 cm. BAC, the angle is 120. Calculate the area of triangle ABC. So triangle area, there are only two possible things. One is your very familiar one, half times base times height. The other one, if you don't remember, you go to the start of the page again, it is there. They will tell you area of triangle is equals to half AB sine C. Okay, so what is important about this formula, how to use it? The most important thing is you need to know two sides, and then you need to know the angle that is sandwiched between them. Like that can use already. Okay, so in this case, I also don't remember about the A, B or C. Don't need to remember all these things on. Just remember that you have two length sandwich an angle, you can use half AB sine C. So in this case, my AB and my AC, they sandwich this angle. So I can use my half AB sine C already. Area equals to half the two sides and then the sine of the angle between them. Then just press calculator. Okay, so it is always the two side sandwiching angle, then you use your half AB sine C. Then calculator, half times 9 times 12 times sine of 120. Half times 9 times 12 times sine 120. 46.765 or 46.8 cm squared. Okay. Okay. Okay, question 8. When you have triangles and you want to solve for angles, solve for the length, the number one thing is got right angle triangle or not. Because when you have right angle triangle, then very simple. It's either Pythagoras or Tuakaso. And these two are the easiest. Then when we don't have right angle triangle, don't have already, then we must be thinking of sine rule. Okay, sine rule got condition. You must have a pair of side that you know with the opposite angle you know. Okay, you definitely need a pair. Sine rule, you need a pair of angle and side that are opposite each other. Then if don't have this one already, then we must go and think about cosine rule, because cosine rule is the most complicated one, although it is given the formula. But if we can use right angle, we use right angle. No right angle, think of sine rule. Don't have a pair of angle and side, then we think cosine rule. So for question 8, we are solving for angles and sides. X, Y, Z, all this information given. Calculate X, Z, Y. So X, Z, Y is here. I want this angle. Then in this triangle, so I don't have right angle already so I must be thinking, can I use sine rule or not? Is there a known pair of side and angle? So I see 74 degrees. 74 degrees is just opposite this 28.4. So I have a known pair. This is a pair that will give me the sine rule ratio already. Okay, so I have a pair, I can use sine rule. Okay, then for sine rule, it can be angle over the side or it can be side over the angle, depending on which one I want to find. In this case, I want to find angle XZY. I want to find this angle. So if I'm finding angle, it is easier to put the angle on the top, or the sine of the angle on the top. So I will put my sine angle Z over the opposite side. 15.8 is opposite Z. Then is equals to, if I put sine of the angle on top, the known pair I also have to put the sine on top. So I must put the sine of 74 on top, then divided by 28.4. Okay, then to simplify, I want to find finally the angle Z. So I put my sine angle Z, multiply the 15.8 across first. Okay, this thing I key inside calculator will be just a number already. 15.8 times sine of 74, then divided by 28.4. Okay, your calculator will tell you sine of Z is 0.5347864,365. Then to find back angle Z, I want from sine Z becomes Z, I need to sine inverse lor. So I must sine inverse the right hand side also. Okay, whatever number you have here lah. Then after that, sine inverse, then calculator, it will tell you 32.329 or 32.31 decimal place. Sine rule. Okay, Then the area of XYZ. So area of this triangle. We don't have right angle, so definitely half AB sine C. So half AB sine C, I need to have a pair of sides sandwiching an angle. Okay, so now I know this one 32.3 already. Then the sides that I know are 15.8, 28.4. So if I want to use half AB sine C, I first need to find this angle Y. Okay, then triangle, finding angle Y not difficult 180 minus 74 minus 32.3. Then you can use half AB sine C. Okay, question 9. No right angle. So I must be thinking, can I use sine rule or not? Sine rule, I need a known pair, the opposite side and the opposite angle. But in this case, I only have one angle, and the opposite side I don't know. And there is no way for me to find whether what is angle A, what is angle B or not. So meaning this one straight away I know I have to use cosine rule. Then to use cosine rule, I go to my formula at the front. Okay, this is something that also same. You remember good, don't remember never mind one. The cosine rule say a square equals to b square plus c square minus 2bc cosine a. Okay, so everyone knows this formula, but the important thing is how to use, what values put where. Okay, so in this case you only know one angle, so this 60 degrees, then you look at your formula, it can only be this A lor. So you don't care about the alphabets that are written there, there is name. The angle is this A. Okay, then if this is A, this angle is A, it means this side opposite this angle is A. Okay, so when we are using this formula, that means this side is A, and then B and C are just the sides that are sandwiching the angle, meaning my 12 and 10, they are the B and the C. Okay, the naming is always goes by like that one. The angle that you are using is the big A, and then the opposite side of the big A is the small a within that formula. Okay, that is how you fill in all these things. So in this case, I want to find AB. So when I'm using the cosine rule, this A square is actually my AB. My B square, B and C, they can be either one. B can be 12, can be 10, then C just be the other one. The two sides is not so important. Okay, so in this case, if I put my B as 12, then 12 is being square, then my C will be 10, then 10 is being square, minus 2, 12, 10 cosine, and my angle is 60. Okay, then in this case, after I fill in all these things, the only thing I don't know is AB, the side that I want to find. Then my right hand side is all numbers already, so I just key in calculator, 144 plus 100, then minus 2 bracket 12 bracket 10 multiply cosine 60. Okay, then in the end I will get 124. If the square of AB is 124, I want AB, I need to square root both sides. Then I don't need the negative part because this is a length. So AB is 11.1355 or 11.13 SF. Okay. The other use of cosine rule is if you know three sides, then you use the three sides to find the angle. Okay, for example, I have another different triangle. one side is 11, one side is 10, one side is 12. Then if I want to find, let's say, this angle, then this angle will be the A. This one will be the A. Then 11 and 12 will be the B and C. Okay, so from where I want to find, I assign the A, the big A, then I know the opposite must be the small a. So the naming is always like that one. Okay. Okay, then we go to question 10. Question 10 is actually the easiest out of all the finding angle and side because got right angle triangle. Got right angle triangle means it's a bit easier one. Okay, so in this case, AC is 26. Find the length of AB. AC within the right angle triangle ABC is the hypotenuse. So they tell me the one extra information is sine of ACB is 12/13. ACB is here. So what is sine of ACB? Tua ka so. Okay, sine means S. So sine is equals to opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, opposite of ACB is AB. So in another words, sine angle ACB is equals to AB divided by hypotenuse, which is AC. Okay, then they tell me sine of ACB is 12/13. I want to find AB, and I know AC is 26. So multiply 26 across, I can find AB already. Okay, so AB equals to 24. Find the length of BC. Now I know AB is 24, then I want to find BC. I know two sides of a right angle triangle. I want to find the third side. I can use my Pythagoras theorem already. Okay, 24 square, the two shorter sides square, and BC square, they add together will be equals to the longest side square. So BC square equals to 26 square minus 24 square. Then after that, take the square root. Okay, then value of cosine ACD. This one is the ACD is this big angle. So this one require you to know that the cosine of this big angle is the same as the cosine of this small angle, but just negative. Okay, like that only.